Hello, I'm Medium Lauren Robbins from the Lady of the Dunes 2022 documentary. In this video, I'm going to show behind the scenes pictures you've never seen before, as well as how I feel that she has led me to her murder location, which still needs to be verified by the police department and detectives on the case. Upon arrival in Provincetown, Mass. Last April of 2021, I felt compelled to bring her flowers out of respect for what she's gone through. I asked her what color she wanted. She told me pink. Here's my husband and myself, who were both filmed for the documentary. My husband as a firefighter for being on the job for 40 years and seeing many murder victims. Here I am getting ready for filming at Jimmy Mead's house, the former police detective who was on the case for over 30 years. During the filming in that location, I channeled the Lady of the Dunes, who showed me some of the most horrific sights through clairvoyance in her last moments of looking up at trees that were so tall and thin that were surrounding her. She told me not to forget about a road on the way home. On day 3, I headed into the dunes for filming. In this location, I had to walk around to try to figure out where her body was discovered. She told me she was moved to 3 different locations until her body was finally at its resting place. Before leaving, I picked up a brush of flowers, dried herbs, and berries to make a bouquet out of respect for her, which I still have to this day, and told her I would not forget about her. On the way home, I was talking to my husband over the Bluetooth, and the line dropped in my car. And I looked over, and there were the trees and the road she had been telling me about. Here is a video picture from my phone of when I discovered that road that I still have the video of to this day. I contacted Frank Durant, the producer, and gave him a picture and said, "You won't believe what I found." This was the area where I was going over with my hand to see if I could find any evidence, and the camera crew came back to take pictures and video that are not in the film. I did find these pink flowers under the bush that I wiped away, where I felt like she was actually murdered in that spot, which correlates with the pink flowers that she was telling me about. I was so excited for the first time to see the Lady of the Dunes documentary, which showed in the Cape Cinema in Dennis, Mass. It came out awesome, and here my husband and myself both enjoyed the film thoroughly. This is day 2 of seeing it in Provincetown, which it was even better. But I'll never forget this moment sitting on the dunes where she said, "I'm not at peace. I'm not at peace, and I'm thanking everybody that's been trying to help me, but I'm not at peace." I continued to work with her, going back to her gravesite after that was filmed, where she came up with several different things on my meter as well as with me, like help me, harm hand, which would make sense to her hands being severed. She also told me other things, like her person that killed her was her soulmate, which I felt was related. It was somebody that she did love, as well as huge. And I also had said in the film that he was a big man. The last thing she said to me was demoralized, and she was very embarrassed about how her body was found and what had happened to her. One of the most trying times and saddest times to me after working with her was getting home and having this song come on my Bluetooth radio saying, "You'll never stop fighting for me." And I dropped to tears because I know she knows I was trying to help her. Thank you, Ruth, for finally coming through, and thank you for the FBI for identifying her. Ruth, I remember you telling me during filming that you were more prettier than your picture depicted, that you had beautiful blue eyes, you were lively, you were funny, you were outgoing. You had a mother that passed at a young age, and you had a brother. You were also strangled, raped, and hurt, and had ties to California, which were all confirmed by the FBI and the news. I am so sorry for everything that has happened to you, and I hope that you can now rest in peace, knowing that you are known for who you are.